humans of planet Earth, welcome back to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I hope that everybody is having a nice day today. I know I am. It was a pretty good day. Got a lot of stuff done and I played some Apex, although some of the matches were kind of rough, but other than that it was a pretty good day. So, the purpose of today's video is to talk about OnlyFans. More specifically, to talk about the fact that I will never ever do OnlyFans. Like, never, ever, 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 ever. You know, I've been on the internet for a while now. I've definitely had it suggested to me more than once to start an OnlyFans, and I'm sure some other reasons have varied, but most of the time it's because people are under the assumption that OnlyFans is like a gold mine, you know, that it's a very lucrative business or side hustle. It's actually not. But yeah, so I think only the top 1% of OnlyFans creators are actually pulling in enough money to actually, you know, make bank. So that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Most of the time when we hear about OnlyFans girls and them making money, it's either from like really, really big creators like Amaranth or like Bad Baby, you know, people who have already established themselves somewhere else and they were able to pull that audience over to OnlyFans. It's not like you just start an OnlyFans and you've got tons of guys that want to spend money on you, but it's marketed that way, definitely. The other girls that you hear about that are OnlyFans girls are the ones like on Twitter that are practically begging you to subscribe to their OnlyFans. Because like I said, it's really not that lucrative. It's marketed that way, just like streaming, you know. You mostly only hear about big streamers and people think, oh, I play video games, I can stream and I can be a streamer and make it just like Ninja, except Twitch has like no algorithm, so the chances of growing and being discovered on Twitch are basically little to none, unfortunately. But, you know, that's not really how Twitch is marketed. They kind of make it seem like you can do it too, but unless you have an audience on a different platform, it's gonna be really, really difficult to make it happen. And I know this because I've tried. And then YouTube. YouTube is also a gamble, but at least on YouTube, there's an algorithm. There's a chance for discoverability. And then there's TikTok, which has a very, very good algorithm, but it's still, difficult to create something successful. A lot of people like TikTok because, they make an account, they make a couple TikToks, the TikToks do very, very well, and they become addicted. They get a dopamine hit, seeing all the views, seeing all the likes, and TikTok does this on purpose. That even if you build up an audience on TikTok, it's really hard to translate that to another platform. But the thing about TikTok is, let's say you make an account and you upload a couple videos, and much to your surprise, a couple of your TikToks blow up. Maybe not like super, super big, but they get decent views, decent likes. That is going to, reinforce you to continue to make content on the platform, which is what they want, because that's all applications' goal, is to keep you on their platform as long as possible. And so your first couple of videos may do very, very well, but then after a while they don't do as well as they used to, because at some point TikTok is going to decide if your account is worth being pushed more or not. All platforms are like this, but it's very obvious on TikTok, suggest that to your nieces? Why don't you suggest that to your sister, to your daughter? I didn't say that to him, but I really wish I would have. Cause I bet you, he wouldn't suggest that to them. But he has no fucking problem suggesting that to me, a random girl on the internet. And I think it's because, obviously, he doesn't know me. So, he doesn't care that he's suggesting it to some random woman online, some random person. So who cares, right? But he would never suggest that to his friends or his family members because he likes them, he respects them, and I think that that really says it all, It's no big deal to say it to me, but it would be a big deal to say it to them. Society tries to destigmatize stuff. For example, it's rude to call stuff prostitution, even though that's what it is. So back in I want to say like the 70s or the 80s, I think there was a prostitute who coined the term sex work to try to destigmatize it. And as we know, the destigmatization of prostitution it's been pretty successful lately. I see a lot of people opting to use the term sex worker or sex work instead of prostitution. Just because you change a word doesn't mean you change the definition. Just because you change a word doesn't mean you change the stigma, and we see this a lot. So for example, now the homeless people are called the unhoused. I guess to try to destigmatize it. I don't think that it should be. Here's another one. Instead of saying pedophile, they want you to say minor attracted person. Why? To destigmatize. What are we destigmatizing? That is not something that should be destigmatized, and neither should prostitution, okay? Things, not everything, but most things are stigmatized for a reason. That's a conversation that people don't want to have. That's fucking fine. I'll have it. So again, back to Brian. Him saying it's no big deal to try to suggest that to me. It is a big fucking deal. Because he wouldn't say that to his family members, but he would say it to me. And the reason why is because I guess he just doesn't think that I have as much value as them. I'm not saying like he has to care about me or whatever, I don't know him, but I think that puts it into perspective, okay? I think not all guys, but a decent amount are okay with that line of work and suggesting that to women, but they wouldn't suggest that to the women in their lives. I don't even know how to properly word it. I just think. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just. So let me just remind everybody. I am someone's daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a cousin. I'm an aunt. I'm a human being. And I'm worthy of respect just like everybody else. So it just bothers me see my mom naked or whatever. That's disgusting. If I get into future relationships, I don't want them to potentially see my mother like that. Like, this is what I'm talking about. It's just, and then you literally have all of these moms, okay, that do OnlyFans, and the kids at school find out, and they basically bully that kid, and it's always, well, the kids shouldn't have access to it. You're right, the children shouldn't have access to that, but living in the day of the internet, the age of technology, they literally have unlimited access to everything. They shouldn't. But right now, it's kind of like the wild, wild west. When you do prostitution, there are consequences. For instance, your dating pool will not be as big as it was because a lot of guys don't want to date a prostitute or a sex worker or whatever. They just don't want to. That's another thing. Men that don't want to date a prostitute but are happily supporting that content, doesn't that make you think a little bit like you're mad at those guys for having that stigma against prostitutes, but yet you're literally supplying those type of guys with that content? I don't know. It doesn't seem like the wisest decision to me, personally. But anyway, it doesn't seem like these women take accountability because they just say, well, they shouldn't have access to that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, your actions have consequences, and now, because of you wanting to start an OnlyFans, your children are suffering the ramifications of those actions. Maybe it's not the best thing to do, you know. Not only, potential partners or potential issues for your children, which, potential issues for your children, I feel like that's a very, very, very good reason not to do it. But also, you might have issues with future employment, all of these other things. Sometimes things are stigmatized for a reason, and I think sex work is stigmatized for a very good reason. So I'm just gonna wrap it up and say, I don't have an OnlyFans. I've never had an OnlyFans, and I will never ever have an OnlyFans. Never, ever, 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 ever. Because one day I do want to be a wife and maybe a mother. And Brian, if you're watching this, go fuck yourself. Even if it was a lucrative career, which it's not, but if it was, that's still not worth it. Still not worth it. Because another thing I don't get is I would never, ever want somebody, especially random people on the internet, to view my body, in all my vulnerability. Like, I would never, ever want people to see that, ever. It's such a bizarre thing, in my opinion. Anyway, I don't really know what else to say. I was kind of just saying this Good night.